Welcome back, and we're right here at Biofoods speaking with Joachim, the CEO, and he's telling us it is about how the product is going. And I want us to now veer off to talk about matters policy and what he thinks could really skyrocket such a brand to really get to every homestead in this country. Welcome back, and my quick question would be this now. Let's talk about policies and really looking at how the environment is favorable. And I just want to throw you on the spot here because there are people who are complaining when they see products coming in from other different neighboring countries, for example. You don't seem afraid. You seem like you already got it. What's informing this? Are you concerned about the policies that are around and even allowing competitors around?
I think competition is very healthy. And I think it's very important, actually, because necessity is the master of invention. If you're under pressure, it will make sure you're sharp and that you always put your best foot forward. So I'm not afraid of competition. I believe that quality and listening to your customer and being close to your customer you always win.
Wow.
You just need to be so it's my philosophy of business and our philosophy as Bio is not we are able to make a product and therefore the customer needs to like it. Our philosophy is let us be very close to the customer, understand who they are, what they need, what their wants are, and let us make sure that we deliver to that and that we stay very close and that we tell our story to them. And I think that as Bio, we are very proud that we have been able to carve out a niche in the market where people, rightly so, but genuinely trust us. It's trust. Trust. It's making sure that the product is always up to par, that it's always of quality, that you can taste the difference, which you just did.
Absolutely.
But also it's follow-up. So one of the first things I did when I acquired this business, people said, now you're going to put up a lot of billboards. I said, no, we're not going to put up billboards. We're going to put a customer happiness department in place. That means anybody that calls us with a complaint, we are going to get the product from them. We're going to replace the product for free without questions asked. We're going to then investigate what's wrong with the product and we're going to give them feedback.
Wow.
Because that's how you build trust, right? And it's also very helpful for us. I can give you an example. One Christmas we got a lot of complaints on our milk and from one area in town. So we started investigating. It turned out in one retailer the chiller was not working. So thanks to that feedback and thanks to us taking that seriously, we could prevent a lot more customers not enjoying our product. So back to your question on competition. Competition is healthy. I think it drives efficiency. So if competitors are coming in, you need to ask yourself the question: how can I remain competitive? And I think overall, competition also is good for the consumer because it means the consumer gets a better product because we're all fighting for the attention at a better price. So everybody wins. I'm all for competition.
You're a manufacturer, and I have spoken to several others, and most of them I'll take up this opportunity as well to speak to the authorities who watch this show as well. If there was anything that would be done to even help you thrive, because I can tell, I've counted quite a number of people here who are benefiting out of this as well. And looking at the government agenda of creating employment and all that, definitely this stands a chance big time. What is this that you would say in a sentence or two? I know there could be a lot in a sentence or two that would really even help Bio, scale up and really be a contributor to the economy?
Lovely question. I'm happy you asked the question.
Yes.
I think I want to start with something positive.
Wow.
I think the current political climate where there's clearly a desire to implement rational economic policy makes me and makes us in the business community very hopeful. We see there's a government that's open for business, that wants to do business, and that wants to facilitate business. So there's an ear, people are listening, and when your concerns are heard and people are implementing it. And I think we've recently seen it about the dollar. There's people are listening and trying to assist. So I think that's very positive, and I'm very hopeful. And I think also the agenda of, for instance, becoming a net exporter is a good net export of dairy is a very good policy that we fully support. And therefore, within that framework of hopefulness, I think there's a couple of agenda points that we are communicating and which the government is also listening to. I think I would try to maintain it at two at this point. I think we need, what is very important is regulatory predictability. I think over the last couple of years we have seen too many knee-jerk taxes and laws being implemented. Literally, I won't mention what's happened, but I just found out that on the 31st of March, a certain tax law has been implemented. And you find out 3 days later, and you're like, okay, but we're on the third day of the month. And the second thing I think is, which is good for the consumer and good for the farmer, we are a very big protagonist of enforcing very good. Kenya has very good food safety laws.
Yeah.
Very good. But what we are trying to advocate for the government of Kenya is to make sure that these rules are actually implemented.
Okay.
So that every manufacturer in Kenya is held to the same quality standards. And why is that important? First of all, it's important for the consumer. The consumer knows whatever product I'm taking, what I like, it will be safe for my consumption. And today that's not the case.
Yeah.
Let's be very clear about that.
Yeah.
The second is the moment you implement quality regulations, me and my competitors, we will need to pay a higher price to our farmers to get that quality, right? So it will also help increasing the profitability for farmers.
Yeah.
And if you get increasing profitability for farmers, will be interested to invest. And when they're interested to invest, the dairy sector and the agricultural sector as a whole will thrive.
Okay.
So these are the two agenda points.
Lovely.
I think overall very happy with a rational economic policy, a desire to implement a regular.
Certainly positive.
Yes.
Yeah.
But predictability and implementation of very good food safety laws, but really implemented.
And you're right, you're not on your own on that. As I said, I've spoken to several manufacturers and they feel a little bit of that predictability would help a lot. Thanks a lot for that. As we come to the tail end of this conversation, because I know we could speak much about this, I want you to prepare a message for the consumers, what you have to tell them about bio. But before we get to that, I was curious to just get to understand, you're a leader and a CEO definitely, who started something and it's growing. I have seen, and you guys can see on the cameras, the vast investments that has been put in this place. People would wonder, how did you go all this far? How did you make it this way? And a lot of people as well who are SMEs, and we pride in the fact that a lot of SMEs are watching to you as mentors as well. I don't know what would be your top 3. I know there could be 20, but top 3 advice to anybody who's thinking, I can do business, whichever the side. Are there certain things that you could share with them? 3 of them top of mind.
Well, you just met my business partner, so we started together with a small loan back in 2004.
Oh.
If I would give an advice to aspiring young entrepreneurs, it would be as follows. Know what you don't know better than what you do know.
Wow.
Because if you know what you don't know, you can learn.
You can learn, yes.
Right?
That's true.
You are open to learning.
Yeah.
If you think I know everything, the chances that you know everything are very slim, right?
Yeah.
So if you know what you don't know, you're able to ask questions, and everybody's willing to help you. My experience is if you're humble and you say, hey, I don't understand this, can you explain it to me? People will explain it to you and you'll learn, or you get them on your team, right? That's number 1. The second is always have a business plan.
Always have a business plan.
Not because that business plan is going to happen, I can guarantee you it's not.
Yeah.
It won't happen. I've done many businesses, it never happened. However, it will help you to understand how far you're veering off to your plan.
Yeah.
And you make sure that if you veer off too quickly or too far, that you can pivot. Right? So that you have an idea of where you're going, but if you're not going there, you can understand. I've done it myself. My first company, I was so hung up on my strategy, I thought it's right. So I kept on going.
Yeah.
While everything was telling me it's not working.
Yes.
Right? If I had a good business plan, I would have seen in the beginning this is not working. I need to pivot. So in the end of the day, I pivoted it, and I saved the business. But I could have done that much earlier if I had a business plan, and I kept myself closely monitoring how I was performing against that business plan. And the last thing is, I think the most important quality of a good business is that it feels the customer. Feels the pain and the happiness of the customer. Any business that loses the ability to feel the pain of the customer, to feel the customer, will go astray. Because if I don't know you, Maina, and I don't understand what's making your clock tick or your wife's clock tick with regard to our product, I might put products on the market that you don't like. I might start telling you things that you don't like. So I need to stay very close to you. So at Bio, actually, every management team meeting starts with farmer happiness, so we have a report how the farmer's doing, and consumer happiness, what are the consumers telling us? Because we believe that the only thing we are doing is we're connecting happy farmers to happy consumers.
You're right.
And if we have the ability to keep a very close finger on the pulse with these two, everything else we do becomes relevant, becomes deliberate, and will deliver the desired outcome.
Wow, lovely. And I know we will have another sitting to just talk about advice to a lot of business people.
Very happy.
But for now, take those 3. Finally, to the customers of Bio, What do you want to tell them?
I actually want to say thank you. I know, and we're very proud of the trust that you put on our products. And I want to tell you that trust, we don't take it lightly. And I think Maina has asked some very good questions. So we've explained that quality, giving you the best quality, the healthy and best tasting dairy products every day. That's what makes our clock tick. And we're grateful for your trust and support. We will keep on listening. We will keep on reaching out to you. And we will keep on trying to develop more products that you will love. And I would say, let's all pick up a glass of milk and taste the difference. Thank you.
I need to refill mine. Anyway, that means I'm enjoying it a lot. There you have it, Joachim speaking as it is. My goodness, the products are right here.
Yes.
I'll be left enjoy.
I'll give you some more milk while we close.
You can help me with that.
Yes.
Today, you're at my service. I love it. Thank you so much. And as I'm enjoying my milk, that's it for the Trading Bell Show. We'll leave you right now with the markets. I'll be left with the milk. See you. Bye-bye.